Welcome back to Young Justice. This is season 4, episode 18, Beyond the Grip of the Gods. This is the start of the Rocket arc. I'm watching this a little bit late, obviously. That's how I always roll. But the only thing I got spoiled so far was that there's lanterns involved. I saw like a blue lantern or some shit. I know on the poster too there's a green lantern. I don't know his name, but he's like the fish looking. I don't know, he reminds me of a fish, but I know he looks nothing like a fish, but amphibian looking dude. I don't know his name. I'm not too familiar with the Green Lantern lore and the New Gods. I know this has to do with Orion. He's on the thumbnail. So there's going to be a lot of stuff I'm not really sure about, not really familiar with, but it'll be exciting to learn, especially if Rocket is like a major player. I hope she is. So yeah, let's just get into the episode and see what happens. Dakota.
So that's the plan, my love.
Is that August, did it say?
Okay, mommy.
Okay.
Stop! That's not how they go.
Sorry, I forgot. We'll look for the hat. No hat.
Is she separated?
No hat. No hat.
No! No!
How about that black and white cookie?
Okay.
Did they change her voice actress, or is she just different? You know, acting different.
It's closed for
We
construction.
always get off at 16th Avenue to go to Daddy.
Next stop, 17th Avenue.
School conference next week to go over his IEP.
Can we just stop with the acronyms? And no, I won't be back in time, but I don't see the need for that, and it's pointless anyway.
Is
I
Raquel a
just don't
bad
get him
mom?
At that school, they don't understand how intelligent he is.
You know, and no one's denying he's intelligent, Raquel, but that doesn't change the fact that the specialists have diagnosed him with autism.
Sorry, I'm not saying much. I'm in my head today. Oh God.
No, we're right on course.
Jay, what the fuck?
I can see that. Yeah. Justice League meets the New Gods meets the Green Lantern Corps.
Oh,
Big old
interesting.
hero summit. A surefire hoot.
Hoot.
Simply follow the light ray.
Please, not actually Light Ray.
Talk of war.
She's like, wait a minute. That does not match up with whatever everyone else's titles are.
Forger is honored.
Oh God.
My time, too.
Who the fuck? Who the? Is that a bomb? Not this.
The representatives from the Green Lantern Corps will arrive tomorrow. In the meantime, I will escort you to your quarters. This is unknown technology. It should be confiscated for study.
Kid, you're gonna want to rethink that policy.
Girl, what the fuck?
Excuse me, a bug?
There's so much happening, but also not a lot happening. It's just so new. Oh, what? There's humans on Apocalypse?
Dogs!
No one ever taught me math before now.
It's McGann? McGann's voice actress?
Let me out.
Underwater?
Let me out. Now.
You all right?
Probably reminds him of the X-Pit.
Fine.
Who are you?
Oh my God, here we go.
am the Superboy.
Oh no.
A capable female.
Okay, it is
How
a
do you
female.
know she's
That's what I thought.
female?
Is not the bug's gender obvious?
Why is a bug privy to this meeting?
This is not the bug that committed the crime. And this bug may be able to help us catch that bug.
Do we know what exactly was stolen?
Parademons!
Oh shit! It's Macomb.
rebel against Lord Darkseid.
My father is pleased and summons you for an audience.
Who the fuck are you?
Last.
Why is Macomb still a thing?
Brought a great gift to the mountain hive.
Look at the baby ones.
Prize safe.
Yes,
Very well.
Not you giving a bomb to the
Mother
babies.
box is radion blocked. The Ruction cell must be in the vicinity. We know one of this
I
stole
am
our
disgusted.
But do not all foragers look alike to you gods?
But if Cell explodes, Forager will have no hive, no elders, no foragers, no larvae to roll with.
Highfather has a rule against entering bug hives without permission. But an exception can be made to protect life.
If you gods even bugs will
This Orion is so like.
Forager will be pleased with
Oh
life.
my
We're
god.
protecting hives, new prize. Larvae are much like Forager.
I swear to God, if they blow up. Oh no.
Superman doing the
Is
occasional
this turning like to like
rescue?
the man who has everything?
Like this tower? It provides the appropriate symbolism. We need to save our boy for more important tasks. As when he dispatched that untrustworthy vigilante, or when he dismantled that orbiting threat to all mankind. These are the things he excels at. She's slowing you down, son. To survive, you must shed useless attachments. Clean your slate.
Okay.
Time to
Here
let
we
her go.
That's what it's really about.
The Forager.
That's cool. Forager was able to make a friend and talk some sense.
Lord Darkseid, I have done all I
See,
was
that's
tasked
Calabac,
with,
I know. Who
having
the fuck is the
proven
other
my
dude?
worth.
Now who the is this bubble bitch that killed fucking Connor? It is. It is. It is.
What
It
is it you want me to do?
I am Lor Zod.
What? Is this before the Mars stuff? No, don't touch it! Oh my god. Child.
Run! I'll put a force bubble around it.
Okay. Oh shit.
This is new god honor. Violence against larvae.
Flash, get those kids to safety.
Roger that.
Rocket, release him.
Are you serious? Look at him.
Please, he's claustrophobic. You must release him before you do irreparable damage.
Apologies.
Jesus.
Metron over there is supposed to take it to his interdimensional vault.
Okay. Here goes fucking Metron again. It's bullshit.
I lost control again.
I've got to lead negotiations tomorrow. And I'll be negotiating with a monster.
Don't be thinking like that, Rocket.
Talking to yourself or someone else?
Who the fuck are you?
I'm guessing the latter, which means you're suffering from zone sickness, hallucinating. We all go through it. Do I look familiar?
What if he's Zod?
Well, that's because I'm real. Or as real as anything gets around here. I'm real, you're real.
What's your name?
And that girl you're carrying
What's
is
your name?
real. Drew Zod. General Drew Zod.
That music was so good. Wait a minute. Okay.
I couldn't find any clear pictures of them.
Mary.
But the recruitment committee
I don't know
should
about
also
that.
consider Peacemaker, Etrigan the Demon, and the Phantom Stranger.
So I usually start at the front, but let's start at the back. So recognize most of these faces on their list of potentials. You know, we got Zatara, which is it's interesting that Zatara used to be on the League, and then Dr. Fate took over. So I guess they're demoting him. Same with Red Arrow. I know that's Will. Same similar thing. Got Garth, Donna, Mary. I don't know about Mary. Come on, like did Zatanna not tell you guys about what happened? You know, the fact that she was kicked off of her little squad. Why would you think that Mary should be on your squad? I love that Clayface is there. I love that they're doing that carrying that over from the comics. That Clayface is more of a reformed villain now, and he kind of helps out the good guys every now and then. So that's awesome that they're putting that in this show as well. And we got a little tease of it last season when he was, you know, rehabilitated or whatever, and then, you know, under the mind control and stuff. So I'm loving that they're continuing that forward. We got Karen and Mal, who it makes sense, but it's also just like very sad that they're not part of the League. But then again, you know, they have their own lives, and like maybe they don't want to be Leaguers and stuff. They have the original Guardian, the fucking Double X, is that his name? The Xenomorph dude, okay. Adam Strange and Talana, is that her name? God, these are going to the pits of my brain for these names. Got Wind at the corner. Above him is Isis. We saw her already. Isn't she part of the League? I guess we just saw her, right? Or that was Ice last? Ice isn't Ice. That was right during the Clarion arc. So yeah, I guess she's not part of the League. She's just in the area. We have the Martian dude from season 2. I'm assuming that's what's her face. You know, it sounds, is it Asami? And then there's a lot of text covering it, but I think that's the one. Tai, I believe, Tai Longshadow, next to her. And then there's like there's like a little red head with like gold prongs. I don't know. I can't identify that is. I'm very curious to see who that would be. Like, is it a secret, or is it just like, because they had the same positioning for the Martian dude. So like, I feel like if you can identify the Martian dude, you should identify this other person. But I can't. I don't know. We have Dolphin, Wind, Khalid. God, so many names. Jason Blood. And they mentioned Etrigan too, so I'm like, what? Why is only Jason allowed, but Etrigan wouldn't be? That's weird. And then Madame Xanadu. Anyways, cool that they're setting that up. You know, like a little bit of continuing that plot thread of we need some more, in case of a world-ending crisis, just people that we can trust to, you know, maybe not full-time League and shit, but at least they can pop in like if the world's gonna end, and we can call them. Which makes sense for some of these characters, because a lot of them have lives they're trying to live, like Double X, Karen and Mal. Zatara probably wants his years back. You know, Garth and Donna are both ambassadors, so it makes sense why a lot of these are more civilian characters in a sense, which is cool that they're distinguishing between the two. We have the Zods. I'm not familiar with them that much. I don't know Lore Zod. I know Zod, but I don't know like General Zod. And so I don't know if this Drew Zod is General Zod. He said he was General Zod, but I don't know if it's like a multiversal thing or if it's like, you know, he is the General Zod for this universe. And then Lore Zod, I'm assuming, I have no idea who the fuck he is. So I know Val Zod as well. I know he's like the Superman of 23 or something. Some other Earth he's the Superman for, but I don't recognize Lore Zod or Drew Zod. And I'm wondering if that stuff, speaking of, when we were on Apocalypse being introduced to Lore Zod, I wonder if that stuff a flashback before the Mars stuff, or was that a flashback to what just happened now? Because we definitely saw Macomb was the one who stuck that thing onto the laser blaster. So was that mission, or was it like, is this a flashback to how he got involved with the Mars stuff? You know, it's kind of open for me right now. I'm going to right now just assume it's a flashback. You know, the Macomb on Apocalypse stuff is a prelude to how he's involved with New Genesis and with sticking that bomb just now for this episode, because I feel like we would have gotten different dates and timelines. I think it was this date, so I'm assuming he's involved with this current storyline, not necessarily, and he was in jail too, so in Mars, so he probably wasn't related to that stuff. Just also another side note, it's just interesting that there's a lot of humans on Apocalypse. I know that there was like the metahuman trafficking stuff, so I'm assuming that's what that's from, but otherwise I'm just like, how are there so many humans that there's like a little colony there? That's really strange to me. Okay, here's why I was delaying starting at the beginning. The autism stuff, it's very difficult to talk about just in general, and for me personally, I don't know if I feel comfortable sharing my experience with autism, but I've mentioned in the past that it just hits home a little bit too much for me. Oh, it was in Umbrella Academy, that's what it was. If you see my Umbrella Academy reactions, you kind of I've mentioned before that it can kind of hit a little close to home to me. But what I will say is I appreciate that the show is going there. It's interesting that they're making I was gonna call her Rachel, Raquel, making her. I don't want to say she's a bad mother, but the choices that they've had her make so far and sort of the characterization that they've given her is very interesting because she is sort of gung ho and not to say that motherhood changes you or anything, but she so far from the characterization we have gotten, it seems like she's more into the hero life, and like she just wants to like focus, suit up, be a superhero kind of thing. And we've seen her grappling with the fact that there's other parts of life to it. Obviously her son having to deal with autism. It seems like she's separated from her previous husband, because I know she was getting married, right? The through line of her story was that she was getting married in season 2. She had the baby already by season 3. And then, right? I feel like I'm remembering this right, but now like the time. No, okay, there was like a 3-year time skip between 2 and 3. That's right. But yeah, we've seen like this little background thread of Raquel's journey. So it's cool that we're getting like an actual journey now in the show where we can see it instead of just like, oh yeah, here she is and here she is and here she is. Put the pieces together. Now it's like, okay, we're gonna lay down the roadmap and you can see all the dots connect to each other. So I appreciate that. But like I said, it's just interesting that they're making her storyline kind of about autism and mental illness. I'm separating those two obviously, because we have Orion here sort of paralleling Amistad with his tantrum. Amistad's tantrum versus Orion's meltdown, and how she kind of like can't handle it, and she's it's just and then I really don't know how to talk about it, but I just appreciate that we're going there, because right now there really isn't any solution other than all I'm noticing is that she's having trouble dealing with these factors of life. The way she just dropped her kid off at the father's house, and then he's trying to say, hey, there's like a parent teacher conference coming up, he's got IEPs we need to go over, yada yada, and she's just like, I don't like the acronyms, and I gotta go on a league mission. So obviously it feels, at least for me, what I'm reading is that she's trying to like, I think she cares about her son, but she's also doesn't want to deal with the situation. And then we kind of parallel that later on in the episode when Orion has his meltdown and he starts going dark side or whatever, and she says she's like freezes up or whatever. So it's interesting that she's, I just really appreciate the writing for how they're paralleling that and making it a thing in a superhero show too, which is awesome. I'm almost tearing up right now, because I just want to say like this episode is really good. Just overall, like I wanted to say it earlier, but this episode is really good. One of my favorite episodes this season so far. Just the way that they're telling the story, just on a character level. How they can make this a superhero show, but also the way that they're, I've complained in the past about how they're not dealing with real world stuff very well, and I think it's mainly just the way that they're using Violet in the show. But this episode is really good for me, and I really hope they can continue this through line of balancing the superhero shenanigans with the mental health stuff, the real world issues, the real world events, as well. Lifestyle. I don't know how to say it, but like I just really didn't think they would deal with autism in this show, and it feels like if they continue with this plot thread, like I think they're going to, they're gonna do it, which I applaud them for. But yeah, just cool to see the New God stuff. Forager has another Forager friend, but yeah, this plotline, I can see how the Lanterns are gonna get involved now. This is obviously like some sort of, I don't get what they're talking about, but maybe it's setting up an alliance, or because I know the Green Lantern Corps has like this. They're part of like a united galaxy or whatever. I'm only reading the recent Green Lantern comics. I read a little bit of like the Jessica and Simon one from like, what was that, like 6 years ago now. I read that one. I really do want to get more into Green Lantern stuff, but from what I understand, there's, you know, they're obviously like a police force basically for the galaxy, and so they have different sectors and stuff, and so those sectors all kind of, there is like a United Nations almost of the space world. And what I think is happening basically is that the Green Lanterns are approaching New Genesis to like invite them in or something. Somehow, so that's what I'm kind of guessing right now, at least. But it'll be interesting to see where that goes. Just how that all plays in as well. I really don't have much to say. It's also interesting that Jay's here. You know, I'll be curious to see how that plays out and like why they chose to have Jay here of all people. Because, you know, it makes sense why Rocket, you know, she has some experience with alien stuff. I wanna hear a mention of what's going on with Icon, because not to say that Rocket's not capable, but I feel like Icon would be the first choice because he's also, like, we've established that he's like a lawyer or something. You know, he has some good mediation skills there. So I'm interested to see like why isn't he part of this at all. But yeah, it makes sense why Rocket's there. Forager, obviously, he's from New Genesis. He can be sort of translator, and he's already proven his worth and his usefulness here. But, you know, with Jay, like, what is his role in this peace talks or whatever's happening here? Like, how does he factor in, other than it's his first mission? And you know, I'm just curious to see like how does he factor in? Why did they pick him of all people? And I really hope he doesn't die. Like, that's my other thought. It's like, he's a fucking old dude. I'm sorry, but even if he has superpowers, it's dangerous out here. That was what I was going to talk about with Connor. I appreciate that we're kind of having a through line throughout all of these arcs with Connor as well. We finally got solidified. This is the Phantom Zone. Here, you know, here's some dude to help him through it, and I'll be curious to see how that all plays out. Interested to see that, you know, we're actually getting a journey with him. I thought it was going to be he was just gone for a little bit and then he'll be returned, obviously. But it's awesome that we're continuing this trend that the characters are kind of processing and dealing with all the shit they've been through, and, you know, even him too. You know, it's awesome that we get to see it and sort of see what's in his mind, his mental state, how he was kind of reverting back to his programming, quote unquote, which I said, you know, it was erased from him. So why is he doing that? But it's because of the zone sickness or whatever they call it. Obviously he's just going crazy because he doesn't have anyone to talk to. So he's kind of in his own mind. And it's interesting that that's the first place he goes to is, I am a clone, Superman, blah, blah, blah. And do we trust this Drew Zod dude? Does he even know what a Zod is? That's the other thing. Like, I know what Zod means because I've seen other Superman related media, but does Zod exist in this world? You know, has Superman fought General Zod before? So is he the one who put him in the Phantom Zone? You know, there's so many questions, and I'm very excited for that part of the story as well. But yeah, just like I said, overall great episode. Honestly, one of my favorites this season. Some of the episodes this season have been kind of like or whatever, but this one like made me forget about like the budgetary issues, you know, the COVID stuff. It just made me forget like the developmental side of creating the show, and it just made me appreciate the writing, the characters, and just the world that they've created, how deep it is. Yeah, what are you guys' thoughts? I'm very excited to continue this. I was actually putting this off. I could have watched this last week, but I just put it off because I was just not feeling it. I still wasn't feeling it today, and I don't know if that came across in my reaction, but I just wanted to, you know, just verbally state it. Like, I really did like this episode, and I can't wait to watch more. I really hope they delve into the things I think they are. And somebody did mention in the comments, I didn't want to mention it before because I wasn't sure what they meant, but I think they're on my team. You know, someone mentioned in the comments that I'm really gonna like this arc, and so far they're right. I really am appreciating the arc. So thank you for watching. Leave the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.